It's week 2 of the NFL, and the spotlight is on Justin Herbert. He's coming off a nice week throwing the ball, 4 touchdown throws. It's the Chargers and the Chiefs under the lights on Thursday night.
It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Tonight, we're on to week 2 in the NFL season, as we've got a good one here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines and then Brandon Gaudin alongside the one and only Charles Davis. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are, as we are off and running on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. The Charger offense makes its way out for the first time in this ball game, and leading the way, already a star in just his 3rd season, it's Justin Herbert.
And he said he was feeling good in the lead up to the season, and he proved it in a big way in week 1 with 4 touchdown passes. Had the offense moving at peak efficiency right at the start of the year. Awfully impressive.
Herbert on the first play wants to pass it. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The numbers a week ago for Everett: 6 catches, 58 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
Herbert's throw there complete to Allen. Herbert with a connection to Allen for a Charger first down. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. They'll find Everett there, complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. Herbert operating from the red zone. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. On 2nd down, Eckler. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Herbert jogs off, and out comes Dustin Hopkins to take this kick for L.A. on 4th down. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Hopkins' kick is good, and the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start, because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
And the Chiefs offense now ready to go to work for the first time, led by Patrick Mahomes, the 2018 NFL Most Valuable Player.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
Well, the very first thing they told us, Charles, was we need to apply pressure early, and I would call that early pressure a nice sack to start the game.
And on the other sideline, I just have this image in my mind of the head coach on the headset with the offensive coordinator, asking him if that's exactly what he saw in his mind when he called that play. And if so, is it going to be like this all day? That's a tough one right there.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Throwing on second and long. Mahomes, and he fires one incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now here's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
On is the punter, Townsend, as he gets this one away.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive.
Losers in the season opener on Sunday. They get that quick turnaround 96 hours later. Here we go. They're back at it. And I've got to think, especially early in the year, that's a good thing for these guys, is it not?
It absolutely is, and we've seen it many times demonstrated over the years. Teams have a rough opening game, have to play the Thursday game. That quick turnaround allows them to go ahead and throw the other game out, focus on the new one, and typically they play much better in game 2, so I would agree with you totally on that.
He'll get this to Eckler. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. 34 yards. Running on first down, Eckler. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Herbert.
His throw complete right side to the tight end, Parham.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
It's amazing how much advice defensive players get on third down. You hear the bench screaming out, watch the draw, watch the screen, watch the pass here. Very rarely do they reference watching the fullback, and he slipped through and picked up a first down.
Now Eckler, and they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Once more, here's Eckler. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on third down. Back to throw here, Herbert. And that will be incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another get right into the field goal trap.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Kansas City taking the field for their second drive.
And they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, it's just the way the schedule lines up because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season, or week 15 when you've had a season's worth of bumps and bruises to factor in, and who knows what your record might be at that time as well?
It goes as a loss of 6, and now third down. 6-0 our score after 1.
Second quarter from KC. It's the Chiefs in possession of the football as they've got it with a third down coming up.
Mahomes going to throw. This one complete to Mecole Hardman.
And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. The Chiefs at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business. Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Mahomes hit. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down.
Now Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. That sack by Khalil Mack.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City.
On the return, Carter.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10.
So here are the Chargers to take over. And they've got the lead right now here, trying to erase the memory of the loss last week to the try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes trying to find his tight end Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
Taken in at the 22.
A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return.
And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll start this drive out on the ground
to about the 40-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Finding Hardman here over the middle.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
They go play fake. Mahomes toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
Mahomes now on 1st down. This will be caught at about the 6. Touchdown!
Isaiah Pacheco.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Chiefs are an extra point away from taking the lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And they take the lead here at 7-6. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Takes it at the 7.
Well, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Charger offense making their way back out there.
Well, they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we could walk away with a win.
To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert.
He dumps it to Eckler underneath.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here.
Here's Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Now the Chargers hustling, trying to get up and get set.
Herbert. He'll get that one to Carter, complete.
And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 43. That one good for 13 and a Charger 1st.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Herbert throwing again.
A quick reaction as he catches it off the tip.
And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 22-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. On 1st and 10, Herbert. For Keenan Allen, that's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Throwing again on 2nd down.
Herbert, give him another one right back to Allen. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
One of the league's best and most consistent wide receivers in his 10th season in the league. Keenan Allen is just automatic at this point. Nice catch from him there for a 1st down. 100 catches, 1,100 yards, at least 6 touchdowns a season. Wash, rinse, repeat. But let's not take him for granted. He's a terrific player.
And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Herbert in trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
So we've come upon halftime here in KC with the Chiefs on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a moment, but first, the NFL season is in full swing. Let's show the good folks what we've got in store for us later this weekend here in Week 2. Some very intriguing games in that early window, highlighted by the one going on at the Superdome. A big test for the Saints as they'll face off against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. In the late afternoon games, the place to be might very well be Denver, Colorado, where it'll be the Broncos taking on the Houston Texans. Then on Sunday night, the oldest rivalry in the NFL, the Bears, the Packers from Lambeau at 8:20 Eastern sharp. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Chargers. And despite the fact that they're down on the scoreboard, they were able to have some success throwing the football in that opening half. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here are the Chiefs to take over. They're leading right now and on the heels of that victory last week against Arizona. 1st and 10 as they start this drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. So we thought maybe they would have a chance to extend this lead on the opening drive of the second half. Instead, they cough it up.
Obviously not an ideal start when you're trying to get a little separation, and I can guarantee that they talked about that in the locker room. Let's get out there, start this quarter the right way. Let's try and put some points on the board and create some space.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Herbert on 3rd down now.
That's into the hands of Eckler. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Herbert now. This will be caught at about the 5. Touchdown, Chargers. Mike Williams from 10 yards out. And the Chargers have retaken a 3rd-quarter lead.
Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And he is not going to make it to the goal line. So the defense holds, and this remains a 5-point game. You know, we've discussed this before, and we've seen it at practices. Extra periods being put in for the offense on these 2-point tries. But the defense, they're beefing up their support as well in practice.
They absolutely have to. If people are going to go for 2 and try and gain those advantages and make it tougher on your team as the game goes along, you have to be in a position to stop those. You can't let them get the advantage. So, yes, the defensive teams, they're putting in that extra time on 2-point plays as well.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Now this Chiefs offense gets set to go again. Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up. Then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now here's Mahomes. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. A nice little juke. 51 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Herbert. Wide open, it's Allen, complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert. And he'll go right back to Allen. That's complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Again, Herbert. He finds his man, complete. It's Carter.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Eckler now between the tackles. Oh, nice move. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. He'll get this to Eckler.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Play action. It's Herbert. They'll roll him out right. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
I think he tried to fool him on that one. Being able to throw the ball to the fullback position. No one was fooled on that play.
No, lost yardage. You think they should yank that one from the playbook, at least for the time being?
I think what you do is you take it out and you evaluate it next week in practice.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on third down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Now it's Herbert. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Austin Eckler, a 20-yard touchdown. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this out to the 25.
Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again.
And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Mahomes now to throw. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Finding room at midfield.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Yeah, the final tally, as told by Next Gen Stats, he hit 21.5 miles per hour. Whoa. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And this is back to a 5-point game. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone.
And Carter deciding not to bring this one out.
So out come the Chargers.
Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
On first down, it's Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, You have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And defensively, though, in zone coverage there, do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Chris Jones on the stop. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. A shotgun snap for Herbert.
This is swung out to Eckler. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 47. Up the middle with Eckler. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert.
Rolling to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
George Karlaftis
brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the 4th quarter. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 11. On play action, they'll throw. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Khalil Mack able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
They'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Here comes Carter. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert on the move to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This is 3rd and 10. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for L.A. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Mahomes is going to run the option left. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
They started on the ground with Eckler.
80 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on. Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st. Herbert off of play action. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Back to the air. Herbert on 2nd down.
He'll get this out wide to Eckler.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And Allen's got it.
And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Herbert throwing again. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Herbert now. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. By the skin of their teeth, they are able to convert on 3rd and inches.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. 1st down, and they stick with Eckler. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. It's Eckler again. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Herbert now to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Patrick Mahomes in the offense, down by 5, just over 1:40 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Mahomes. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. That's going to be caught by Tony. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Here's Mahomes. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Counting down at 30 seconds remaining. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. On a bad time late for a poor throw, it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
The Charger drive about to get going. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the L.A. Chargers, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Chargers, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year. And they'll get a few days to savor this one before they take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts.